Back, a young businesswoman is taking the cosmetics industry by storm. Sonto Poe is a South African woman who's changing the narrative for black customers by encouraging them to embrace their African heritage, skin and hair. Poe is the founder and CEO of Native Child, a plant-based natural hair care and skin brand that specifically caters for African hair and skin. For more on her journey to becoming one of the big guns in the industry, we're joined by Sonto Poe now. Sonto, thanks a lot for your time. What was the inspiration behind the Native Child brand?
Myself, I guess when I started, I was my own customer. I loved my own natural hair, the texture of my own hair, and I really just set out at first just to create something that I loved, and I had an issue with her hairline, and after finding something that works and trying it on my friends and family, everybody else wanted a piece of it. So that's how the brand initially started.
What's the link for you between African heritage and hair?
Identity. It really is our identity. And you know, I know as women, we have the right to be whatever we want, to have our hair in whatever way we want. And growing up, I really just was surrounded with, I guess, everyone either perming, relaxing, blow dry, whatever it was. And very few people really walked around in their own natural hair except for males. And I really just wanted to celebrate that and wanted people to feel comfortable wearing their own hair in its natural state. You know, we have this idea or perception that it's difficult, it's ugly, it's, I don't know, it's kinky, it's, I don't want to handle it. It's easier for me to look a certain way. And for me, like I say, it's part of my heritage. And I really just wanted to create a brand where people can celebrate who they are, the way they were born. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong in wearing weaves or whatever else you want to do, but you should still be able to feel comfortable wearing your own hair in its natural state.
Sonto, I've heard some of my friends say that every woman has their own unique hair journey. And from what you've told me, your hair journey is what led you to starting this business. How do we get more young women out there to embrace their hair and their hair journey?
It's happening. It's happening. I think there's a movement happening. The change is already happening. The amount of inquiries that we receive daily, where people say, I'm tired of relaxers now. I just want to embrace my own hair. It's really happening. It needed a few people to kind of start it and make it, I guess, okay. You can't say it's fashionable because it's who you are, right? But I'm definitely on the other end. I'm seeing that there's a huge move going towards people embracing who they are. And for me, more than that, it bothered me that these chemicals were making so much damage, long-term damage in women's health, you know. The chemicals that are used, the relaxers and that, end up affecting things like fertility, breast cancer, cervical cancer. There are studies that show that some of these chemicals that are used end up affecting the woman's health. And so for me, I really made it my mission to be one of those brands that's gonna make an impact, and a positive one at that.
Well, Sonto, it's a change that is needed, and I'm glad, like you say, that it's happening, especially seeing as black hair is still very misunderstood. It's strange to say that in 2021. Thank you so much for speaking to us about the link between hair and heritage. Sonto Poe, founder and CEO of Native Child.